Hey, that's 82. 1 second. Alright, it's on the bell. Skull's in. Computer weapon. Nice. Oh, there you are. Feeling refreshed, I hope. I was about to make my way to the studio, as it happens. I want to try and speak with the scholar Monteshane. Thank him for coming to our rescue at the rostra. As it turns out, he'd come here to see us, following the hearing, and to find that we'd departed for Thavnir. Knowing him, why hoping to chew the cud with his former students. So we're still waiting for Shola and the others. I thought now would be the perfect time to pay him a visit. Better join me? Like, yeah. I was sick. And it's settled. The twins will be coming too. Assuming Alphino can tear himself away from his new toys. I'll let you rally the troops while I go on ahead to the phenomenon. Considering my recent property, perhaps I should avoid showing my face around the studio for a time. That might be for the best. The others should return, although we won't be long. Hello. Heading out for a stroll? The scholar himself was here. In that case, what are we waiting for? I'm too eager to see him. I somewhat dread the thought of visiting the studio. I dare say our notoriety precedes us. Alphino of all people worrying over his reputation. And our alma mater, no less. The wonders never cease. I understand soon enough. Off we go. The studio. Da, da, da. The corral. Sected. Here it is. Phenomenon. While I expect you've made note of it before, you can hardly miss it. The first time you've been here on official business, correct? Most of the space is taken up by expansive auditoriums. Also houses numerous laboratories, testing grounds for experimental magics, and a host of administrative offices and so forth. The center of what would later become the studium was established to promote the study of etherological phenomena. It's the name. The aether being a fundamental aspect of nature, its scope expanded to include every conceivable facet of life, even the universe itself. Then in the 432nd year of the 6th Astral Era, phenomenon was decreed complete, and the studium officially opened as a place of learning. With a long storied history, it is without question that the world's leading authority in etherology, arcane, the occult, astromancy, and countless other fields, standing proud as Charlayan's foremost educational institute. I always did enjoy giving the grand tour to new students. Indeed. I've long since lost track of how many times he's recited the same foppish speech, such as the underlying love for his old stamping ground. He was in top form back then. Bringing us into the studium, graduated with highest honors in magical arts and aetherology, undisputed champion of the debating chamber. And now, it's fucking Alphino. Hold on, you both joined the studium at the same age, yes? From where I stand, you're equally prodigious. Holy. Prodigious. Prodigious? Scholars. Nice of you to say, but Alphino actually entered half a year before me. Or did I do well enough to graduate with honors? I am certainly not the studium's most notorious master debater. In all aspects, have I been in his shadow. If nothing else, just remember that I was here when the legend of Alphino Levelor began. You should expect everyone to be fully aware of our recent escapades. Hopefully, be somewhat more welcome than we were here the last time we were at the last stand. Sorry. I know better than anyone the adoration of a student body has grown for Alphino. And with a bit of luck, it might work to our advantage. Oh, there's no time like the present. First things first, let's go look for Scholark Monochet. Other faculty tend to frequent their office, but unfortunately for us, he's fond of wandering wherever his whims take him. Let's put up and ask the students if they've seen him. We've seen this old dude stood up for these rambunctious fucks. Yeah. That was Alphino Levelor, wasn't it? The Alphino Levelor? Oh, it's with the sister and Master Baldesian's granddaughter. This can only mean one thing. An event of epic shattering proportions is fast approaching. Spread the word. Oh, sorry. Said you were looking for the Scholark? Yes. Knowing him, you could be anywhere. Miss Alipho should have a better idea. Are you lost? Wandering off the street, perhaps? Wait, don't tell me. You're a training gleaner, fresh off the guild ship. I'm right, aren't I? Oh, how silly of me. An orientation is in order. Allow me to bid you a warm welcome. Searchers meet. Let me start with the question. What's the most important thing you'll find in the studium? That's right, books. And what's the second most important? Why, that's simple. Everything else. That's what we deal in here at Searchers Meet. Wherever the students or tutors find themselves in need of equipment or materials, they come to us. If we don't have it in our stores, send the gleaners out to find it. Honestly, you wouldn't believe some of the requests we get. Eye of Pasa this, tongue of giant toad that. It's enough to make your hair stand on end. It's possibly what some of our students are trying to accomplish. It's being a school of magic and all. As our newest gleaner, you have your work cut out for you, but I think you'll find it quite rewarding. Only thing I'm interested in gleaning is information on the Scholark's whereabouts. I beg your pudding. You're not a gleaner? And this was all an elaborate ruse. No, wait, come to think of it, you never actually claimed to be one in the first place. My mistake. Damn right. Oh, okay. Who you talk to? He was here, but now he's not. I did speak with him shortly before you arrived, though. He said he was on his way to Maker's Meet. Back the way you came in, you'll see the opposite side of the entrance. It's a laboratory of sorts, home to many rare and expensive curios. Not to mention alarmingly frequent accidents. Lose your way, just follow the blood-curdling screams. Ha! In the meantime, in the time it's taken me to tell you all of this, the Scholark has probably already left. Best luck finding him. I have a feeling you'll need it. Yeah, where's the Scholark? It's in here. Yes, the Scholark was here a short while ago. He offered me advice on my current research project. Though we spoke at length, I don't recall him mentioning where he was planning to go next. Parted ways, he went down the corridor, perhaps to one of the auditoriums. Don't growl, what you doing? Not surprisingly, the Scholark is not in his office. I did, however, speak with one of the students that saw him not long ago. But he can't have gone far. Yeah, stay hydrated, homies. You got me in here, right? Yeah, there he is. Oh my lord. What's up, Monishing? Want the shame?
Ah, I remember you.
Good.
I pray we have not caught you at an inopportune moment. We wanted to offer our thanks for your kind words in the forum.
Well, I could hardly let that inquisition go unchallenged. I've always believed that curiosity should be nurtured, not stifled. Thankfully, a majority of my colleagues agreed. A slender majority, aye, but a majority nonetheless.
Had the vote not gone our way, we would be having a very different conversation, if any at all. Though I'd like to think you would have not given up on our cause. I'm told you paid a visit to the annex afterwards.
Yes, that's right. I was hoping to speak with the grandchildren of my dearly departed friends Galuf and Louisoix in a less dour setting. But it seems I just missed you. I still can't believe how much you've grown. If only your grandsires could have seen the way you presented yourselves to the forum. Why, it fair brought a tear to my own eye. You must have the patience of a saint, putting up with this lot and their antics. Never mind Matoya's prize student. Luckily, I know a thing or two about managing unruly younglings. If you ever need advice, don't hesitate to ask.
Breaks out the belt.
If I may, there is a rather more pressing matter we wish to discuss. What can you tell us of this duty that the forum must fulfill?
Nothing, I'm afraid. Like all humble servants of the forum, I am sworn to secrecy. Or rather, I couldn't tell you if I tried. Our duty is of the gravest importance. Furthermore, if the particulars were made public, it would incite widespread panic. As such, those entrusted with this duty have been bound by an enchantment, which prevents us from speaking of such matters without the express permission of the forum.
How is that even possible?
It's been some time since I last gave a lecture. Please, take a seat.
I explains all the one guy I like had the force choke thing going on. And Jamie was like, shut your mouth. I don't know if that's how that's supposed to work.
We shall begin by reviewing the fundamentals of etherology. The ether, which imbues us with life, can be categorized into three forms. Two are of the incorporeal sort, the soul and the memory. Can anyone tell me the third?
The body? I would assume. Corporeal ether.
Yes, very good. This is the form with which the layman is most familiar. Consumed by even the simplest of daily activities and replenished by the food and drink that sustain us, this form of ether is in constant flux. In contrast, the ether that comprises the soul is rarely subject to dramatic change. The same can be said for memory, as the two are intrinsically linked. Picture the soul as paper, and memories as words written upon it. Now, what would happen if that paper was doused with ink? The same type of ether as comprises the memories.
It would blot out everything that was written.
Precisely. We would be unable to recall the memories, and any activities that depend upon them would be hindered as well.
Okay.
In fact, this exact phenomenon was observed on a vast scale not so long ago. And what might that have been?
The 7th Umbral Calamity. The people of Eorzea vividly recall Bahamut breaking free of the Lesser Moon and raining hellfire down upon the realm. But no one could seem to remember the events that followed immediately afterwards.
Indeed. To this day, we have yet to determine whether it was an unintended consequence or a deliberate act. The enchantment which binds me and the rest of the Forum is based on a similar principle. And yes, it is a contravention of the Sharlayan prohibition against the practice of memory manipulation. Only when a new member is inducted and told of our great duty are they subjected to the process. A necessary evil. You have my word that it would never be used to manipulate the populace?
I should hope not. But can this enchantment be dispelled and your memories restored?
If 9/10 of our members give their approval, then the process may be reversed. Then, and only then, would we be able to speak freely to others of our sacred duty.
Someone's gonna get that.
We must wait until we return to the ethereal sea.
See.
For there we will be purified, the blots upon our souls washed clean. And our memories drift apart and dissolve, rather defeating the purpose, I suppose. But there are those memories that are indelibly etched upon our souls, some believe.
Core
What
memories.
happens after that?
We are reduced to pure ether, coalesce with that of others, and create souls anew. Alternative schools of thought assert souls remain whole and return to the corporeal world, reborn into another form. Both theories have their proponents. Personally, I consider each equally probable. Well, I think that's enough education for today, now that I've given you some food for thought. Or rather, an entire banquet.
Yeah, as we say, that was a lot to think about there.
would remind you that although I'm unable to assist you with certain matters, the resources at my disposal may still be of use to you. I'll arrange for you all to be given the run of Phenomenon. Of course, as associate to our alumni and the students of Valdesian, this privilege is extended to you as well, my friend.
Yeah, hell yeah. Time to learn. Going back to school.
Oh, and I suggest you speak with Ki Aliapo. She's well known among the artisans of Sharlayan.
That was like
Her
Leaner.
network of contacts may prove useful in your search for knowledge. I wish you all the best in your pursuits, wheresoever they may take you.
What a cool dude. Sound the bell, school's in, dude. What a cool guy. Granted the run of Phenomenon. Your game, Cal Alifo would put your artistry to good use. What does that mean? Also, this is a better one I have now, right? Hell yeah, try on. Simple, clean, I like it. It's going to be much to mull over. Because though we're one step closer to understanding the form's true motives, the mysteries of life itself, from measure. It's funny. I came here with the intent of expressing my gratitude, only to leave more indebted than before. I have a feeling his friendship and support will be a great boon to us in days to come. On that note, let's head back to the annex. Perhaps on the way, you'd better acquaint yourself with Ki Alifo, as the scholar suggested, while I share our findings with Raha. I can't speak with her. What do you need? I see. This is just for. I'll do that shit later. All right, back to the annex. To the annex. What's up, girl? Welcome back. From what I hear, trip to the studio proved most educational. While you were away, I received word from our fellow Scions. As expected, news of the warring scales was met with much joy. Preparations are now underway to bring leadership to the Grand Company of Eorzea and the Eastern Alliance together to determine a way forward. Our friends have asked that we bring our scales, the scales in our possession, to Limsa Luminsa. The time has come for us to go on the offensive. It's early to say for certain, but it does seem that is the way the winds are blowing. I, for one, can think of no reason to oppose such a plan. Let's see what awaits us in Bildbrand. Let's start by getting the scales out of the storage. Give me a hand, would you, Stinian? Stinian's like, what the fuck? Gotta work? Ah. Fuck. Nice little packages they are. Ew, I didn't realize these crates were so heavy. Shouldn't complain though. Veteran the alchemists of the great work put their heart and soul into each and every one of these scales. We must treat them with the utmost care. Are you not coming with us? Much I would like to escape the Forum's watchful gaze, I have little choice but to stay behind. Already on thin ice, and if I, in my capacity as our official representative, were to be found by consorting with foreign powers, well, you can imagine how that would go. I shall remain here, do my utmost to avoid ruffling any more feathers as I await word from Master Matoya and the other allies. Good luck. We'll soon have good news for you of our own to share. The tide's about to turn. I can feel it. Limsa. War is afoot. Second. My friend's on them. Yes. We're not. It's not okay. So interesting. What's up, Zathal? Zathal? I was told to expect you. You may or may not be aware the Admiral is present entertaining the Elder Seed Seer and the Sultana. We're the most powerful women in the world in one room. You need a moment to spare, or to prepare, or shall I show you them? Do you need a moment to prepare? You wanna contain yourself? Protected? Of course not. Why would it be? My apologies for calling you away from Trellian at such short notice. On the contrary, we're honored and grateful. Pleasantly surprised to be joined by such esteemed company. It was only right the discussion be conducted in person. We're locked in a war of attrition. Our forces struggle to contain the threat posed by the towers. It's only a matter of time before we are overwhelmed. Victory will be claimed through decisive action. We have to take the initiative to set the wheels in motion. It is reassuring to learn we are all in accord. But might I ask what the plan entails? It hinges entirely on the warding scales and our ability to utilize their potential to the fullest. In the time in Charlian, the allied nations have been engaged on separate fronts with no end in sight. To make matters worse, a surge in abductors of kobolds, Sagan, Ixal, and Nada have given rise to the increasing number of primals as well. The triumph of Razid Han has given us cause to hope once more. The time has come to free ourselves of this menace. And it is you, the Sons of the Seventh Dawn, who have shown us the way. While the bulk of the forces will continue to hold the Teleforai at bay, we will dispatch our finest to strike at the enemy's heart. Garlemald. This brave few be the Ilzabard contingent. To think such progress have been made in such a short span. Its objectives are twofold. First, to provide aid to the people of Garlemald. As previously reported, countless Imperial soldiers and civilians have been tempered, robbed of their free will. They serve the Teleforai with every whim without question. They too are victims. It is our duty to deliver them from their suffering, not for strategic or political gain, but because it's the right thing to do. I do not ask that we set aside the decades of conflict and conquest, that we simply choose to forgive and forget. I ask only that in choosing to remember, we do not also forsake our compassion or morality. For without that, there can be no reconciliation, only death without end. We're all human, Jeff. Aye. On that note, we can agree. Our second objective The colossal tower that Thancred Orion J observed in the capital. Though its purpose remains unclear, there's reason to believe the smaller spires are merely a precursor of what's yet to come. Until the Tower of Zot was toppled, it failed to make any headway, though the same could be said of the Telephorai. Certainly are in no rush to press further into our lands. I'd wager the spires' primary purpose is to provide and keep us occupied while they work towards our annihilation. This would appear to be sustained by Stoll's analysis of the towers' influence on ethereal currents. Based on our observations inside the Tower of Zot, spires siphon ether from the land, consuming it, and maintain their form. However, they draw forth far more than was required for this task alone. The excess of ether remains unaccounted for, but we can be sure it's not being harnessed for our benefit. It wouldn't surprise me in the least if it was being redirected to a larger spire in the capital. There's logic in that. Regardless, once we have uncovered the truth, we'll bring their schemes crashing down along with their infernal towers. It's all well and good, but what you have us do, I assume, is more than handing over the scales and begin our way. We want you and your scales to join the Ilzabard contingent. Consider it an official request from both the Grand Company of Eorzea and the Eastern Alliance. You accept? Perhaps you should be the one to answer that. I'll say no. I'll say no. For honor and glory. Couldn't have put it better myself. Ishtola, Thancred, and Orion J have already pledged their support and are on their way to meet the rest of the contingent. They were positive you would come in the same direction as they did. Luckily, for all involved, their prediction was correct. Once you've delivered the warring scales to Alamigo, the contingent will embark on its journey to Ilzabard. Raban and Lord Aymeric are overseeing preparations, so I suggest you make yourselves known upon arrival. Like warm clothing, furs and the like, without it, the cold will do you in before the Telephorai. So much as draw still. As for us, we'll keep the enemy busy while you're gone. Not the only ones who can create a diversion. Now go. Safe in the knowledge that Eorzea will be as you left it, or better, upon your return. The Alamigan Quarter. One second. Citizens for this. Okay. Hello. Rabba. Tom Lucy. Ah, the Wanderers return. I've been busy bringing down the tower and producing the keys to destroy the rest of them. You should be proud. Those warding scales of yours is what made this whole venture possible. Will you and Lord Aymeric be leading the contingent? Regrettably, no. Our role is to organize the various delegations into a cohesive unit. Once we have seen you all off, back to our respective posts. We dare not neglect our duties for too long, lest our defense efforts fall into Oh, I beat the Q monster again today. Let's get it. Yeah, last we left off, my internet cut out in like the middle of this cutscene, so hopefully it replays. We'll see. Alright, what's up, Rob? Oh, it does replay. Bless. That means I'll probably go over the dialogue again after I stop the auto shift. Ah, the Wanderers return. Been busy breaking down the tower and reducing the keys to destroy the rest of them. You should be proud. Those warding scales of yours are what made this whole venture possible. Will you and Lord Aymeric be leading the contingent? Regrettably, no. Our role is to organize various delegations into a cohesive unit. Once we have seen you all off, it's back to our respective posts. We dare not neglect our duties for long, lest our defense efforts fall into disarray. Just between us, there's a fair amount of opposition for the formation of the Ilzigard contingent. The very suggestion that we send some of our finest troops behind enemy lines to render aid unto the Guardians has made us rather unpopular in certain quarters. Can't please them all. Sadly not. I do my best, truth be told. I'd much rather be at your side, charging to the fray. Alas, a bell's my own to fight. The words may serve me better than a blade. I hate to say it, but Lord Aymeric struggles mirror my own. For the time being, the best we can offer you is peace of mind from knowing Orsi is in safe hands. As you fight the good fight in Ilzabard, I and the other commanders will do what we can to convince the naysayers that our cause is just. Thank you. Thank both of you. We meet again. Ah, it's Gaius! Much has occurred since we parted ways in Werlet. From what I gather, the protective talismans you attained led to the formation of this expeditionary force. My contribution on this occasion is a minor one, that being the information I have shared with Maxima. For the sake of the people of Garlemald, may the fates be on your side. So you're not coming with us? Strange, I thought you'd have a stake in this. I do. The Telephorai have laid waste to my homeland and enslaved my people. But though every mote of my being cries for vengeance, I cannot be the one to deliver it. My presence alone would place the entire mission in jeopardy. I stand accused of murdering... Oh, accused, sorry. No. Yeah, I stand accused of murdering Emperor Varus and plunging Garlemald into chaos. If I to travel with the Ilzabard contingent, it would give my countrymen ample cause to question our motives. Conversely, those who believe me innocent may instead celebrate the return of the former legatus and attempt to raise me to a position of leadership, further destabilizing the region and complicating the contingent's mission. Whether I am branded a villain or held as a hero, I would only hinder your efforts. You would deliver your people from harm in your stead. Leave it to me, dude. Leave it to me, bro. For what it's worth, you have my gratitude. You and your comrades have the strength and courage to deliver my countrymen. I'm certain of it. In light of Gaius' rather unique circumstances, I instead will assume the role of your guide. I may have defected for political reasons. My love for Garlemald endures. I would stop at nothing to protect her and her people. Well said. Might I ask you to escort our friends inside? I don't need an escort. I can blast my way through. Okay. Might even bump to an old acquaintance or two. If I don't see you again ere you depart, may the Fury guide and protect you. All of you. Nice. It's here. Homie? Hello? Where's the homie? Best of the best. And I get question mark for it. The members of Ilzabard contingent are gathered in the royal palace. I shall inform them of your arrival, so please make your way inside as soon as you're ready. The remaining members of the Scions, your friends, and most of the Ilzabard contingent await you within. Would you like me to see you through to the royal palace? Da, 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 da. Voice actor?
By the 12.
Yes, it is. Oh, shit. Hey! We got the whole ass army.
Glad you could join us. I hope you don't mind, but we went ahead and started without you.
As you can imagine, our traveling companions were eager to become acquainted. 'Tis a rare thing indeed to see such a diverse and talented group of individuals assembled for a single purpose. We fight not only for the sake of Eorzea, but for the entire world, including the people of Garlemald. Much rides on the efforts of the Ilzabard contingent.
Indeed, which is why I am glad to find myself in the company of many trusted comrades, yourselves included.
Lucia.
I have come at the behest of Lord Emmerich, who has honored me with the role of Ishgard's representative. And for the good of all nations, not least my former homeland, I am determined to see this mission through to its end. We have a hard road ahead of us, but walk it we shall, together.
We too welcome this opportunity to work together once more. I have faith that if there is a way to resolve this conflict, we will find it.
Allow me to introduce you to the rest of our company.
Ooh.
Everyone! If I may have your attention.
Da, da, ba, ba, da, da. Invasion begins.
Might I ask you to speak first?
If I must. I am Arun Senna, spokesman for the Gridanian delegation, here on behalf of my esteemed sister, the Elder Seedseer. We shall provide support and protection to those in need during our time in Garlemald. To that end, I am joined by healers selected by the Conjurers Guild, with the Order of the Twin Adder's Finest serving as our escort.
Okay.
Suppose I'd better say my piece.
Wait, I know you.
I know you. You owe me money, you bitch.
The name's Sicard, in case you've forgotten. Truth be told, I'd rather you had forgotten.
I forgot.
Any road, the Admiral asked Captain Hilfear to send his best, and for whatever reason, he picked me. Of course, if I'd refused, I'd be the laughing stock of the bloody executioners, and my reputation's taken enough of a keyhauling as it is. But more importantly, like any pirate worth his salt, I know when you're staring down a storm, you gotta trust in the commander of your ship. So if the Admiral wants us to go to Garlemald, not for plunder and glory, but a promise of peace in our time, then that's what we'll do.
Hell yeah, we're gonna get that shit. Zero mistakes.
Since we all know how much the Empire loves its steel, we thought we'd bring along a few smiths to make the most of it. Give them a pile of scrap and they'll cobble together anything you fancy.
Okay.
Of course, just like the Gridanians, we got fighters of our own. We might have come with a more constructive purpose in mind, but we're more than capable of cracking skulls, believe you me.
Well, you're certainly raring to go. Then again, so are we. The most dependable warriors of Uldar and Alamigo have assembled at the Sultana and General Aldin's behest. If Garlemald has truly fallen, then the whole place is likely to be crawling with Telophoroi. We'll need plenty of troops to clear and hold a path for others to follow.
Don't worry, we'll just blow them up.
We come in. Naturally, Marshal Tarapin and I will be leading from the front. It's been some time since I last saw you in your element on the battlefield. From what I've heard, you've become pretty fearsome yourself. Master Matoya, the Avatar of Destruction. With comrades like these, I know we'll succeed, no matter what awaits us.
Here comes the giant fist!
And And then we might finally get a chance to enjoy a good long rest. But until then, let's give it our all.
As for Ishgard, we Temple Knights have come in force to uphold our nation's commitment to the peace and welfare of our allies. The bitter cold of Garlemald is a formidable enemy in of itself. Our experience fighting in ice and snow will prove invaluable in the days ahead. Accordingly, I have been designated commander of the Ilzabard contingent. I will do all in my power to provide you with the leadership and guidance you require. The four high houses, House Hylinart foremost among them, have arranged for a host of machinists to join us on our mission.
Yeah, we got
Their knowledge
guns.
of Imperial Magitech is sure to be a great boon. They will address any problems of a technical nature, together with the smiths of Limpsa Lomitsa.
Ooh, we got the whole fucking, we got the
There
cohesive
is
unit.
another awaiting introduction.
Lord Emanolaine!
Ah, yes. Emanolaine de Forton, at your service.
The fourth tone.
Though, lest there be any misunderstanding, I should stress that I've not become a fearsome warrior while you were away. Rather, far from it, actually. My brother, in his infinite wisdom, decided this would be an excellent chance to make something of myself. Oh, and fight for world peace and all that.
Aha.
But, should the opportunity arise for a spot of ballroom dancing, I will be your twinkle-toed gentleman of light.
Wow. A graceful prancing lead the way to victory.
Huzzah! I cannot wait to regale Honoroa with my tales of derring-do.
That's not how I thought that was said.
Includes introductions for the Grand Company of Eorzea. Our allies from the Eastern Alliance were due to arrive some time ago, but it would appear they have been delayed.
Would that be the Shinobi of Dona?
Actually, they've been tasked with relaying messages back and forth between the various Eastern nations. According to Lord Hien, however, an equally capable company of warriors has been sent in their stead.
I no idea what that's supposed to mean.
Out of my way, you preening fool!
Oh no. Wow. Now this is the whole squad.
Forgive us for coming late. We are the delegates of the Eastern Alliance.
Cyrena, and you've brought company.
For battle and blood we come, as the steppe is sorely lacking in both. No towers befoul our lands, so we marched on those of Dona, only to find them beyond our reach. But now our thirst for slaughter will be slaked. No quarter to the enemy!
Okay.
So you had to know. We go to make peace with the Iron Men, not war.
Warriors of the Steppe, we've heard many tales of your bravery. We welcome you as allies. And these other ones you have brought are...
Members of the Dalmascan resistance group, Lente's Tears.
And the Bosnian resistance. Between them, they have a wealth of experience in espionage, and are particularly adept at infiltrating Imperial facilities. Which is fortuitous, since Garlemald's domain is so vast that I could never hope to handle reconnaissance duties all by myself.
Dalmasca, Bosnia, Alamiga. All lands which have suffered the tyranny of the Empire. I would never presume to question your motives. Nevertheless, I must reiterate that our goal is to aid the victims of the Telophoroi. The common folk of Garlemald. And they are victims, make no mistake. Though I understand that many may struggle to see them as such.
You're more right than you know. For every one of us that answered the call, there were a dozen that refused. Not only in Alamigo, but everywhere we went. And who could blame them? The Empire's always been the enemy.
Not today. Today, we add them to the
But after
fold.
seeing what we've seen, fighting and working against and with Garleans, there's no denying the simple truth. They're just people.
Exactly.
No different from you or I.
They're just people.
They've got their share of liars and murderers, but so do we. So do we all. Fordola, who once swore herself to Garlemald, has proven herself a trusted ally time and time again. Every Eorzean here knows Cid Garland, an imperial defector who shared with us countless technological wonders.
Fucking Cid. Fucking Cid.
Gaius bloody Balesar himself is working to help rebuild Wurlid, a nation he once conquered. So you can believe me when I say that every fighter here understands and accepts that the Imperials are not monsters and are deserving of help.
We're friends.
Or at least that they were able to put aside their feelings for the greater good. It won't be easy, but we're all determined to make this world a better place.
Where's the flower? Where's the flower? I want to know what color it is.
What lingering concerns I may have had were clearly unwarranted. I agree with everything you said wholeheartedly.
Then we are in accord. Now, let us review our strategy.
Aye.
To reach the Garlean capital in northern Ilsabard, we must cross the central mountain range. Fortunately, Garland Ironworks can provide aerial transport, sparing us this most treacherous part of our journey. However, attempting to fly any closer to Garlemald would attract the attention of the Telopheroi. As they appear to have seized control of the majority of the Imperial military, we must assume that includes its fleet. In addition, Garlemald possesses devices that can interfere with airship navigational systems, further discouraging an airborne approach.
Given the circumstances, the closest we dare deploy our contingent is an area between the range and the capital, the Magna Glaciers. From there, we must travel the rest of the way on foot. We will also need to bring the airships with us to ensure we can withdraw with haste. Although much of the terrain will be blanketed in snow, we should be able to make use of local roads and shipping facilities. The vast ice field will afford us an unobstructed view of the surrounding area. On the other hand, it will also allow others to easily spot us. So, it is imperative that we only make camp in positions where we can easily defend ourselves. And the airships, which must be kept safe at all costs.
We cannot account for every possibility, so we must be prepared to think on our feet. We will be tested. Sorely tested, I expect. But for our homes and for our people, and a people not our own but in need, we will succeed.
Damn.
Spare no effort in your preparations. Once we depart, there is no turning back.
Good, because the only option is success. Best believe that shit. Best believe that shit. No hesitation. We go. Besides the delegates assembled here, the Maja and several other tribes offered to send troops of their own. Unfortunately, due to their physiology, many would struggle simply to survive in the harsh climate of Ilsabard. They would also likely prove tempting targets for abduction by the Telopheroi. All things considered, they can better aid the cause by bolstering our defenses in Eorzea. Their eagerness to do more has been noted. We few shall have to suffice. Now we embark. We must distribute the warding scales to our comrades. Care to do the honors? I have to talk to everybody. I was kidding. Yes? Here you go. So these are the famed warding scales. Now for me, my men, I see. Under normal circumstances, I would not be allowed to travel outside the 12's wood. The Elder Seed Seer, however, has granted me special permission. She has bid me lend my magic to the people of Garlemald while learning all I can of their ways. In so doing, I will come closer to understanding myself and my place in the world, or so she says. I say this past time our allies benefited from the power of the Seed Seer's disposal. Some bemoan that we hide our light under a bushel, and I intend to address that criticism. Hey, you got something for us, baby? Them scales everyone's been talking about. Pretty little things, ain't they? Reckon they'll be worth a gil or two when all this is over. We'll hold on to them for now. And one more thing. What you all thinking? Why didn't they send Eisenar instead? Look at if I know. All the Admiral and Captain Pilfer told me that they needed someone to help safeguard the future. Here I am. And say they haven't got a sense of humor. Of course, some of you might be wondering what kind of pirate is on dry land, middle of sodden snow of all places. Well, me and my crew will do whatever it needs. Let's set sail. However the saying goes on airships. It's a set of warding scales I spy. Not that I would know what they'd look like. Exactly. The fuck kind of weird shit is that? Wow, look at these. Even a layman like me can tell they're bursting with aether. All the better to fend off the tempering waves. At the right terms? Anyway, to give us one less thing to worry about, which just leaves the other mountains and whatever else is waiting for us in Garlemald. Well, only one way to find out, huh? And nervous or not, I'd march through all 7 hells if it gave me a chance to put Xenos back in the grave where he belongs. Yeah, let's go get him. Warding scales to the Ishgard delegation, I take it? Absolutely. Many thanks. These talismans may prove to be the deciding factor in the battles to come. I find myself conflicted by this foray into Garlemald, sent by the Empire to infiltrate Ishgard, only to throw in my lot with those whose secret I was supposed to be sealing. And now I lead a mission to save the countrymen I betrayed. That is doubtless why I was chosen by Lord Aymeric. He would have me put my extensive knowledge and former ties to good use. I will not disappoint him. The future of Ishgard, Garlemald, and the world at large, I will lead us to victory. Formidable. Where it would be cold in Garlemald, so we came prepared. This guy's doing squad leader. The talismans. We had to keep these close at all times, yes? I'll see that no one misplaces theirs. Before I forget, I have a message from Hian. In distant lands, in times of strife, together, stand. Together, fight. In darkness shines the light of life. Hope I've done his words justice. Velma, like much of Arthur, has been plagued by the towers. Yet, while you could not be here, he wished to express his shared conviction. He and Yugiri labor without rest to unite the people. And with their aid, we will keep the enemy at bay. We of the Steppe and the Eastern Alliance will repay their efforts by ending this war. You have a warding cell for me too? Here you go. Thank you for this. And for going to such incredible lengths for the sake of my people. Though I have little to offer in return, I would impart some advice if I may. We've been told by many to wear the cold of Ilsebard, and I cannot stress enough that this is no token of warning. I will be distributing specially made warming tinctures courtesy of the Alchemist Guild, but understand that they are no substitute for proper protection. I'll leave the provisioning of said protection to your discretion. Let's proceed to the Alden Quarter. While you make your final preparations, I will have the plots ready, the airships. Everybody bring your fucking thermal leggings, dude. Your heavy ass coats. Okay, cool. So last chance. to make ready before we set forth. We didn't worry about Ori and I. We still have what we wore in Garlemald before. Stinian claims to be quite warm and toasty beneath his armor, since he spent a bit of time up north recently as well. I have no reason to doubt his words. Most of the others will be borrowing Ren Company stock. The rest of you could do likewise, I suppose, provided you're not overly concerned with style. Not to put a fine point on it, but I wouldn't be seen dead in one of those ridiculous overcoats. If only I had time to find something more to my liking. Hark, is that the cry of the Scions in need of a tailor, I see? But how? I have my ways, so yes, indeed. You thought you could sneak off to Ilsabard without telling me? Nothing escapes my notice. Like a Dr. Rio. Now you will wear these garments I've made for you, whether you like it or not. I won't. Never cease to amaze. Why do you need new outfits as well? Wait, are you coming with us? What? No, of course not, Zilly. It's all in the name of fashion, rather the pursuit of the highest quality fashion. Besides, how can I expect others to wear my creations if I've never worn them myself? I'd say I have one other thing to share. Emerigus and Volmwilda have finally returned from Simonson, faraway lands. They'll be staying at the Rising Sands for a while, keep an eye on events throughout Eorzea. They'll be running things back at headquarters. I was wondering if I could lend a hand in Charlian. Oh, why not? You can keep Cruel company in the Valdesian Annex. Yes, we'd love to have you there. And I heard Emerigus and Volmwilda did a fine job carrying on in our stead while we were lying comatose. With them in charge of the Rising Stones, we have nothing to worry about. My thoughts exactly. Also, I'm confident you won't go collapsing again, because a certain someone who shall remain nameless is in a position to transport your souls to another world. If anything similarly disastrous were to happen, I'll be positioned to do something about it. Anyway, got a few things to take care of, and then I'll make my way to Charlian. I really do hope the new clothes are enough to keep you warm in Garlemald. It's not much, but it's the only thing I can do for you, better than pray for your safe return, which I will, every day. Let's not keep the contingent waiting any longer. Here are your winter woolies, handcrafted by yours truly. Time to see what the coat looks like. It better be like regal. Alright, that shit better flow. Try on. Ooh. Ooh. It does look quite warm. It does look quite warm. My chest. New chest piece. Don't mind if I do. Nice. A frosty reception. I'm told the airship pilot has been sent to meet you. Ah, there he is. All right, this is where we go our separate ways. You be careful, won't you? Go. This is the instance thing, right? It's an honor to finally meet you. We of the Garland Ironworks will be ferrying you and your contingent across the mountains and into Garlemald. For many of us, it'll be something of homecoming. Our illustrious founder was only our most notable Imperial defector. For that reason, the company is committed to the success of this expedition. Our resources are at your disposal. And if there is aught we might do to be one of the further assistance, Please do not hesitate to ask. You're ready to depart. I will ready the engines. I'm boarding the airship. Several cutscenes will play. Yep. Mission. Okay, cool. So this is going to be long. Proceed. Proceed. Acting, please. Garland mold, we go.
Ilsabad, divided in twain by a vast mountain range. Those who would traverse its jagged peaks face peril at every step. But why go by foot when one can simply fly? On the outskirts of the Imperial capital, in the frozen wastes of the Magna Glacius, the winds howl in icy protest, as if to warn against further trespass.
What? Not cold at all, dude. I'm covered in fur.
We've received word from Thancred's reconnaissance party. They've sighted a detachment of heavily armed Imperials.
Survivors of the Civil War, perhaps?
Perhaps, but there is more to it than that. Maxima reports that they're led by Vergilia, legatus of the 3rd Legion, which comprises the bulk of their number. However, they are also joined by several members of the 1st.
From what I recall, the 3rd Legion fought for Nerva in the War of Succession following Varus's death. The 1st, on the other hand, were under the direct command of the Emperor and rejected Nerva's claim to the throne. These legions were enemies.
Indeed. In fact, our sources claim that it was a conflict between them that sparked the Civil War. Yet now, these former foes cooperate to defend a ruined Garlemald from invasion.
Interesting.
Then it is all but certain they have been tempered.
Yep. Time to kill them.
So, what's the plan? If me and my crew is out reaving, we charge straight in, no messing about. But that ain't what we're here for.
Quite right. Soldiers or no, they are people of Garlemald, the very ones we have come to aid. Direct confrontation is unavoidable. Nevertheless, we must make every effort to limit casualties on both sides. Rather than kill them, I would remove them from the field.
How so? Savage beatings, disarmament, and imprisonment? Not impossible, but easier said than done in the heat of battle.
Having observed the opposition, I imagine Thancred had something to suggest?
He did. He and the other scouts have already infiltrated a supply depot some distance beyond the Imperial detachment's current position. Stored within is a stockpile of Magitech armaments, and once we give the signal, Thancred's team will destroy them all. In so doing, we will deprive frontline troops of materiel, and likely force the detachment to send men to investigate.
Huh.
Divide and conquer. Not a bad idea.
Once the scouts have finished their preparations, we will split into 2 groups. The first will form the vanguard, while the other brings up the rear with our supplies. As for the Scions, I ask that you lend your assistance where you deem it needed most.
I'm in the vanguard. Me.
I would prefer,
Let me in.
however, that you accompany the rear guard and be prepared to join the van at a moment's notice. Kept in reserve as our trump card, so to speak.
That's not how that works. You don't wait to play your strongest piece, dude. Shit. Get out. I'm the new leader. Let me in. Meanwhile, at the Imperial Supply Depot. Look kind of toasty. He's looking fresh. My man's looking fresh.
Your proposal was well received. More specifically, they asked that we destroy the Imperial's toys in as spectacular a fashion as possible.
Ishtola always did have a flair for the dramatic. She's not an easy woman to please, but I shall do my best to satisfy her thirst for fireworks.
Okay.
All right. Once more for my peace of mind. Our first objective will be to rig the enemy's magitech with explosives. After we've withdrawn to a safe distance, we'll detonate them remotely. Our second will be to issue a deactivation command to the automated units via the control terminal. If our calculations are correct, this signal should reach those deployed on the front line, giving our friends a much-needed upper hand. A blizzard will help us stay hidden, so let's aim to get in and out before it passes. Trust in the plan, and we should all live to see tomorrow.
Unless there's something you don't know about.
In the meantime, I will relay messages back and forth as the situation unfolds. You'll forgive me if I ask again, but are you certain you wish to play the lone wolf?
You can go invisible.
Wouldn't have it any other way. Call it foolish and reckless if you like, but I'll get the job done. I always do.
Very well. I wish you the best of luck.
Ooh. And then he gets fucking captured. Ooh, shit. Alright, Mr. Presence making it impossible for most enemies to detect you. This move must be cannot be cast while in combat. Fully been bombed, throws a bomb to confuse enemies. Okay. Hidden illusion attack neutralizing Imperial soldiers when the attack is magitech, weaponry, or a guard dog illusion attack. Okay. Sick. Assuming there was nothing else you wish to confirm, we commence the mission as soon as you're ready. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm ready.
Keep your wits about you.
It's time.
Okay.
We only have one shot at this, so let's make it count.
So, I assume I have to be hidden here. Yeah, just move over. Oh, that lasts a certain amount of time. Alright, cool. And I gotta make this guy take a nap. Nice. It's like... And then that deactivates this. I'm not super sure what to do with this. Okay. Okay, I gotta set the explosives. It takes me out of stealth, noted. Yeah. Actually, I shouldn't fuck around with that. I have to wait for him to go the other side, I think. Or like start moving for the other side. So, now we can do it. Don't see me. I should knock that guy out. That doesn't matter. So, and then I can just like do this while he's that way. And I can sneak by. Nice. Nice. I kind of hoped that guy would just leave, but I guess not. Okay, we only triggered one so far. Never mind. Oh, never mind. I want this like out of the way. Okay. Go. All right. So this, I have to confuse the senses, right? So and I can just go over here. All right. Then for this, I could just wait for that guy to move. This guy, I mean. It takes so long to move. And I might be able to get this one while that guy's over there. Maybe not. This is like, it's really risky. Oh god. Let's see me.
Losing my touch.
I'll pull him over here. What is this?
This is Thancred. The explosives are in place.
Nice, sick.
Very good. All is proceeding as planned. Head to the control terminal. It should be to the northwest.
Got you. So I have to knock this guy out before this thing sees me. Got you.
Have the others wait at the rendezvous point.
Okay, then I can activate this. That thing might see me though. Run back. I'm just gonna wait for this. Like, there's no reason not to. Let's just leave. There's a dog. I'm gonna knock this guy out. Okay, another dog. Does the bewilder bomb thing take me out of stealth? I actually don't know. Oh, I accidentally hit that guy. Ooh, this is real bad, that thing sees me, right? Oh, shit. Oh, yo, that thing stopped. Let's go, dude. It's a dub. Okay, so we're okay with this. We're okay with this. There's only one more dog to take out. Okay, now we wait. And then we're gonna make this guy go to sleep. And then we're gonna open this. And now we move. So, alright. Now, don't turn around. Okay, thank God it's stupid. It's like, withdraw from the supply depot. Can I just go over here? Yeah, I can. Nice. Easy mode. That was cool. I like that. That was sick. Definitely made some mistakes, but it was okay because we didn't pull too much at once.
You are returned, and none the worse for wear, to my considerable relief.
What news from our comrades?
They stand at the ready.
Excellent. Then and let the fireworks begin.
I mean, if it's gonna be that big, like, how far are you away? It was not as big as I thought it was gonna be. It's still fireworks, but not as big as I thought it was gonna be. A few moments later, the rear of the Ilzabar contingent supply caravan. I mean, if I'm at the rear, this has to mean something's going to attack the rear.
The blizzard's beginning to clear. The Vanguard should be engaging the Imperials any moment now, if they haven't already. Ishtola and the others are with them, so I'm sure they'll be all right, but...
Yep, something's coming.
Wait! Something's coming!
That's just dogs.
Oi, oi! Looks like we ain't the only ones who sent out scouts. Keep them away from the carriages! We lose those, and we're as good as dead!
Good enough for me! That's why I'm in the back, I see. Okay, it wasn't bad. Boom, boom, boom.
Fighters! Protect the others!
I mean, these kind of hit, dude. Can I hit all of these? Dun, dun. Yeah, no need to be afraid. I am here. Easy.
A brief respite, but stay alert.
What you mean? Got all these other forces we can help.
Keep the carriages safe.
Yeah, let's say I was like, you know, can I help more than just our forces?
What impeccable timing! Fear not, friends! The savior of Ishgard is here!
Ba, ba, ba. Nice. We're gonna help these.
A fine display, but the other carriages are still in danger. Go on ahead. We'll hold the line.
We'll hold the line.
We're the only ones still struggling. Time we put our backs into it then. I've been itching for a good scrap.
Ba, ba, da, ba, da, ba, da, ba, ba, da, ba. Nice. Oh, we fucking got him, dude. Oh, supposed to defeat this thing? I'll stop it, dude. Hold the line, boys. With the whole burst rotation, dude. Boom, dead.
You lot all right back there?
I have to go help them now. Oh wait, no, they got him.
We're fine. I'm ready for more.
Let's go.
Hear that? Get to the front and turn the tide.
This is the front. Oh, head north and join the vanguard. Okay. On my way. Meanwhile, on the front line, help, we're being slaughtered. That'd be funny as fuck. I thought we were supposed to deactivate those things. The sleep.
Removed from the field was not a euphemism for enthusiastically murder.
Wow.
It's nothing that won't heal in time.
I mean, true.
The trouble is, their tempering has made them utterly fearless. Subduing them would be easier if they had the capacity to submit in the first place.
Well, this is the path our young charges would have us walk, and that we all agreed to follow. You knew it would be hard, yet still you pledged your lance, did you not?
That I did.
I mean, I just fucking murdered people. I have a laser that comes out of my sword even. And my sword explodes. These people are just fucked. I'm not here to subdue. I'm here to
That's
conquer.
Damn it. I need to help the others take her down.
I'm here, don't worry.
There's no end to them.
Here I come with my dad loafers. Don't worry, kids, Dad's here.
I was wondering when you'd turn up.
I had to kick some ass. That's all a day's work. Just fucking whoosh. It's time.
There's no stopping us now. Come on, let's show them what we're made of.
I'm not here to subdue. I'm here to make them submit.
We have them now. Forward.
Next. Oh shit.
Right! Let them have it!
Ba, 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 ba. Here's my ultimatum. Oh my god! Loot break.
As a raging bull!
What limit break is that? When did we get that? It's a stack marker, dude. Hello?
That's her. Virgilia.
Okay, let me just fucking pick out all of it.
Fall behind.
That's all you got? Easy mode, dude. I got fucking 400 buffs. You were just done. Hell yeah, better fucking respect.
Is everyone all right?
Bum, bum, bum. Reinforcements, dude. What kind of dumbass thing is that? Oh my god. Hey, you know the limit break? Oh, it was a joke. Oh, okay, it just goes untargetable. That's it.
Heal or die!
Gotta say heal or die. If I heal and die. Oh, there she goes. Do I actually give a shit? I guess I have to, huh? Got the reprisal for the Giga Tempest, dude. Not even close. Better luck next time, dude. Request assistance, dude. Help! You give ass kick, help! I'm not worried about them. I'll take care of her, dude. I just don't know if this is it's magical or not. Looks like magical. Or not magical. It's okay, we will.
Tremble before the sun!
Whoa there, I thought we were supposed to be subduing them. Oh, fuck. Oh, they did. They have dazed it. They ain't dazed, you fucking killed them with a meteor, dude. You fucking killed every one of them, motherfuckers. Oh, help. Help! Help!
A worthy adversary.
Da, da, da.
Recover. Reclaim yourself. Then we will fight again. To the death.
Sadu Hatun.
That was the last of them.
Easy mode.
Day is ours, thanks to your timely arrival. What of the supply caravan?
Ah, they're dead.
Outmaneuvered, but not outmatched. Good. Let us take the Imperials into custody and rejoin our comrades. And soon we shall arrive at the capital.
Da, 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 da. Yo, Garlemald got some stank on it, dude. Garlemald got some stank on it. That was fucking cool.
So cold and unforgiving. Thus spoke Emperor Solus as he gazed upon his barren domain. 800 years it had been since the Garleans first set foot here. Bested by the Kavosi after centuries of war and driven from fertile southern pastures into the blasted northern wastes. In that garden of desolation, they clung to one another for warmth, freezing, hungry, desperate, hated.
The Etherology really cool.
The chosen forsaken. In the year 1513 of the 6th Astral Era, a young legatus named Solus single-handedly sparked the Magitech Revolution. How did he conceive the machina that feed on ceruleum? Once a common, soft-spoken soldier, how had he so quickly ascended through the ranks?
He cheated. He stole someone's work.
Like so many others, those who knew the truth are gone. Taking in the capital with his eyes for the first time, I recall thinking to myself, far colder on the earth than in the heavens. Yes, far colder indeed. Bitterly so.
Garlemald got hella stank. Welcome to Garlemald.
Not so much as a whisper.
The roads leading beyond the city walls would have been used less in recent years. Nevertheless, this was one of the most important gateways into the capital.
A buzz day and night with activity, aye. Merchants passing through the checkpoint, many of them stopping at the local hostelries.
Surely they cannot all have been tempered.
We can consider the question after we have made camp. If we spend any longer outside, we may well freeze to death where we stand. The tempered Imperials, too.
This will be our temporary base of operations. Secure shelter for ourselves and the injured, and dispatch scouts to survey the surrounding area.
If we're planning on staying here a while, we ought to give this place a proper name.
Well, the constant sound of ice cracking underfoot makes me think of broken glass. An apt name, perhaps. But enough of this. To work, everyone!
Broken glass. All right, time to tune to the Aetherite real quick. Yep, Camp Broken Glass, that's what's called. Nice. Look. Alright, Alpha, no? What you got? In spite of obstacles we faced, our plan proceeds at pace. Just a little farther and we'll reach the capital itself. So, we mustn't get ahead of ourselves. As soon as the camp has been made, fit for purpose, we'll discuss a course of action with Lucia. Do you mind asking Stola and Graha to join us in the building to the northeast of the camp? I'll say and I'll meet you there. Gotta go assemble the squad. Gemstone trader. I'll see what I can trade, or I have to be a certain rank. I travel around with the troops, purveying my wares wherever they go. Still setting up shop. Please come back later, and I'll be happy to do business with you. Okay. This further progresses toward the Endwalker scenario. Okay, see, I got you. So that's probably like that's the end. I'll be able to do that stuff. Meeting? Yes. I'll make my way over there once my head's cleared. Truth, I've been feeling out of sorts since we arrived. The air is thick with a palpable aura of malevolence. There's the monstrous tower on the horizon, jagged, hideous, unholy. Even at this distance, its presence is overwhelming. Much like the sensation I felt at the Tower of Zot, only far more terrifying. Ether flows unceasingly towards it, converging into a swirled mass of unfathomable power. For a blessing, constant chill is in the air is helping to anchor my senses to the here and now. For the others, I shall be with you in a few moments. What if that Xenos like collecting all the power? I mean, he's gonna need it. That motherfucker gonna need it. That's all I'm saying. We coming. Oh, we coming. You'll be pleased to know most of the tempered have been quartered inside the nearby buildings and are receiving treatment as we speak. I do, however, feel no small amount of guilt for commandeering civilian homes. Oh, commandeering, sorry. The occupants may be long gone, but the thing is exactly as they left it. Considering the length of time that's clearly passed since, one would expect to find them ransacked. Strangely, there was no signs of anything having been stolen. It's possible that everyone fled at the first sign of trouble. It seems to me that they left far too many useful possessions behind. Although there was no conclusive evidence, I strongly suspect they were tempered. Alright, I was merely thinking aloud. You mentioned a meeting? I'll make my way there. When you're at. Thank you for informing the others of our meeting. When everyone's here, we will begin. Perspective.
Our present situation is as follows.
Thank you.
Efforts to aid the people of Garlemald have begun in earnest. Moreover, having entered into the capital, the Imperial Palace is within our reach.
But before we proceed further, we must learn what has befallen this city. For therein lies the key to understanding and combating the Talofaroy's designs.
I have a suggestion, if I may. Several of the Imperial soldiers we captured on the Magna Glaciers are members of the Populares and acquaintances of mine. Once we have cured them of their tempering, they should be able to give a reliable account of the events leading to the capital's downfall.
A promising idea. I will assist the healers in their ministrations. Of course, I will require a proxy of my own, assuming you can spare one.
Would you like a hand?
No, I am sure we will manage. Better that you take my place in the field. The noxious ether of this place disagrees with me, and as I shall need to draw on my own for the treatment, 'twill be prudent for me to remain within the camp.
This talk of curing the tempered is all well and good, but I reckon the cold is a more pressing concern. All the houses round here are fitted with ceruleum heaters that could keep us warm and toasty. Problem is, the machines seem to have given up the ghost, and if we keep sitting around, freezing our asses off, we'll be next. My smiths reckon that with the right parts, They can have them working again, but it won't be easy.
Understood. The machinist will assist them in the repairs.
The rest of us should either stand watch or survey the area.
We've made our presence known to the Telothroi. They will be searching for us, if they have not already ascertained our position. That we have seen no sign of them since the battle suggests they have yet to do so. However, I suspect they may be biding their time.
Or perhaps we are beneath their notice.
Yeah, they could just not care.
In any event, we'll find no answers standing around here. Urianger, Estinian and myself have visited Garlemald recently, so we'll lead the reconnaissance efforts. Perhaps bolstered by a few Bosnian and Dalmatian scouts from my previous excursion for good measure.
Don't forget about us Alamegans. We have experienced scouts of our own.
Well now, this is turning out to be a rather sizable team. With such numbers, we should be able to cover a wide area with relative ease, including that surrounding the Imperial Palace. How about you, Graha? I have a feeling we'll find a use or two for that vanishing spell of yours.
'Twould be my honor to be of service, though I doubt that you of all people need rely on my tricks.
True, he can go invisible by himself.
That leaves us with guard duty.
As a matter of fact, I have something else in mind for the two of you and Alphino. Between here and the center of the capital lies the Eblan Rime. I would have you search the area for survivors. Your keen sense of direction, honed in your extensive travels, should prove useful in navigating the ice fields.
Okay. If there are any survivors, we will surely find them.
I have faith that you will, and look forward to greeting you on your safe return. You all have your duties. Let us make haste. May the Fury bless and keep you.
May the Fury bless and keep. Da, 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 da. Gods be good. If it's this cold with Tatu's clothing, I dread to think how we fare without it. Must remember to thank her when we meet next. It makes me realize, too, that while the people of Garlemald have spent their whole lives in conditions like these, even they'd be hard-pressed to survive away from the warmth of their homes. If there are any survivors, we must find them quickly. One second to do something real fast. Right, sorry. Tracks in the snow. What? Oh, chumps. You've been given something to do, have you? As it happens, I too have been ordered to make myself useful. Sounds like rather tall order. That you ask, or to scour the Eblan Rime for survivors. What? Or about the ice fields on the off chance you'll find someone? It'd take forever to finish the job without the benefit of my expertise, or more specifically, my telescope. Come, friends, I know just the spot to begin our search. I'll probably regret this, but we may as well humor him. I'm done. dum, dum, dum. Grab this real quick. Someone fighting the woolly mammoth over there. All right, what do we got? One of those I Spy quests. Lord knows I'm so good at those. I spy with my little telescope a massive sheep thing. Maybe it's a cow? Oh, raptor either way. An aether current? Oh, no, it's just a wind sprite. Oh my god. Other than that, it's all snow, snow, snow. Oh! What do I see, oh young hillock? There's no mistaking it. That's a girl. Survivor, show me. Over there, behind the tree. Looks like she's running away from something. Though surely not us. You wouldn't even know that we're here unless you had a telescope like mine. All I can tell is that she's wearing a pale green dress. Rather fetching one at that. She'll be long gone by the time we get anywhere near. Maybe we should be able to follow her footprints. Or the quest marker. I'll let Lucia know where we're heading. Oh, and take these warming tinctures with you. Poor girl must be chilled to the bone, on the verge of freezing to death. Actually very thoughtful. Thank you. Don't you need some for yourself? No, I'll be fine. Man of chivalry, my honor demands no less. Lest we forget, the very reason we are here to protect those in need. Now go. Godspeed. Okay. Da. Footprints in the snow. Trail of fresh footprints lead east. Say east, but they're there. The hell is that? What is that? So it's predicted to be the same as those you saw previously. They lead toward the building. Getting closer, I'm sure of it. At first, we thought she'd gone inside the building, but the door doesn't look to have been open for some time. Might still be nearby, so we'll keep looking around here. And again, it's also possible she ran right past this place. Mind searching up ahead? Another living thing. I don't know if that's someone's mount. Something on fire. That's someone's mount. Hello. Girl in the green dress anxiously surveys her surroundings. When you call out for her from a distance, it might attract wild beasts to your location. It's safer to get closer first. Let's do so without drawing her attention. So I gotta sneak. Follow the girl from a safe distance. The objective will end in failure if you are noticed. Should use cover such as rocks to approach her without being seen. Similarly, the objective will also end if you fall too far behind. Should you fail to complete the objective, you may try again by returning to this designated location. Don't look at me. I totally can't see me from behind this rock. So far, so good. I just go to her now? No? That's fine. I've learned. I said approach her, and she was looking, so I was like, okay, I'll approach her, dude. Da, da, da. Alright, yep. It's okay, she totally won't see me behind this rock. Back. She turns around again, we learned that, Maybe not. Joke. Forward and back. Nope, no one here. There's a robot behind a tree. Boop boop. Forward and back. Nope, nothing here. Don't see none. I'm the hide and seek master. They're all depending on me. I mean, there's more survivors wherever she's going, okay. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Behind the tree. Just gonna run all the way there. Think you do. Nice. Duty complete. Still in one piece. That whole group that's standing there, she's like, I don't know who any of these people are. Hey lady, you dropped your wallet. Who are you? Stay back. This house is packed with explosives. Take another step, and I'll blow this place sky high. Please, we just want to talk. I'm Alphino. This is my sister, Alice. My good friend, Zoe. We have no intention of hurting or taking anything from you, or anyone else. I give you my word. We and our comrades have come to provide aid to the people of Garlemald. Aid? You savages are the one responsible for all this. You did this to us. We didn't, I promise you. One of the other reasons we came was to find out what happened here, in fact. The Telephoroi are the ones to blame. They're the ones who laid waste to Garlemald. They won't stop until they destroy the entire world. They're the enemy. Our enemy. On our way, we encountered Imperial soldiers who have been made their thralls. Those poor souls are now in our care. We're striving to cure them, their affliction. You're the first person we met who hasn't already been enslaved. How are you able to escape the Telephoroi's influence? Are there others like you? Sorry, I don't mean to overwhelm you. Start with introductions. Can you tell me your name? Onion rings. My name is Lincia. As for how I've managed to stay sane, I've been asking myself the same question since that night. The roar, the terrible roar, and the screams. I was screaming too, I think. Not sure, I can't remember. Then came the silence. Everything was still. It was like waking up from a nightmare. I thought that maybe fighting had stopped, so I stepped outside. Your hells are real. I saw one that day. Our past friends, people I've known my whole life, eyes vacant, dead, staring at the sky. Others were mad and violent. I saw them struggle with soldiers. But I didn't stay to watch. I fled as far as my legs would take me. You have family here? Is this their home? No. This is Victor Spoils' mansion for retired soldiers. Or it was. Now me and a few others are borrowing it. So the explosives, I was making that up. I just wanted to keep everyone safe. They didn't know if you were. The truth is, our supplies are running low. You said you're here to help, can you? Of course. Or whatever assistance we can provide, we will. Thank you. I'm going to tell the others first. Wait here. There's some strange people outside. Someone order a pizza? This is everyone. Lincia says you can be trusted. These are desperate times. You'd be fools to let foreign troops into our homes. Having said that, be able to provide us with the means of heating this place? As a sign of goodwill? Perhaps we could take you at your word. If that's too much to ask, then leave us be. Time to put my firewood gathering skills to use. You provide the spark with a little magic, I'll say. A fire burning in no time. Maybe we'll build it under that gazebo. The what? Oh, you mean the power? Yes, yes, do as you will. She looks kind of mad. The fuckers know. Oh, tracks to the snow complete. How the mighty are fallen. Huh? Sorry, I'm still finding it hard to come to terms with all that's happened. Now that you're here, I'm hoping things might change for the better. Now, I've worked up quite a sweat from running all about, so I'll leave space around the fire for the others. You can tell they're in a far worse state than me. We're planning to look for somewhere warmer or with more food, but they're not going anywhere until we nurse them back to health, which I don't know how to do. Is there anything you can do to help them? I'm going to find out. I can treat their frostbite and their wounds, but it'll take time for the fire to do its work. But that would be a good occasion to use Emandulin's tinctures. The ones that can warm the body from the inside out. Did you make sure everyone gets one? nemesis is beginning to subside. I suspect once the fire dies, it will return with a vengeance. Actually, here's some spooky moon juice. Warming tincture. I've never heard of such a thing. No harm in trying. Tell me, have you heard aught of the city? Calling it that seems absurd after what's happened. There's nothing but ruins now. The few buildings still standing offer no more than meager protection from the wind and snow. Food production, water purification, magitech that sustained us has come to a grinding halt. The machina that remains operational be run for lack of ceruleum. Cannot be run for lack of ceruleum. Of course, Julia engines is full of the stuff. For all the good it does is now. No one here knows the first thing about extraction or refinement. All is well. Yes, never better. Oh, what sweet libation is this? Is it poison by any chance? It was a joke. A joke. I laugh. 'Tis that I may not weep, so said the poet. And alas, my tears would freeze on my cheek where they fell. We are the blessed damned. We are witness to the fall of the great empire. All our brethren lie dead, or lie as puppets of flesh. First came the war, then came the roar. When morning came, Garlemald was no more. The cacophony of gunfire, explosions, and screams was our beloved capital razed to the ground. The rubble rose, the disheveled remnants, the lavish finery, caked in ash as they shuffled mindlessly toward the palace. Each bearing a fragment of a stone or metal, offering perhaps to the architect of our destruction. Hopeful few tried to reason with the deranged, only to be beaten for the kindness. But I knew better than to plead with the horde. I fled with my health, not my conscience. If not my conscience preserved, now I wait with my fellow cowards for our final judgment. What do you want? Here's some moon juice. A tincture. May as well drink it, I suppose. Radio. This? It's a radio. You don't have them where you come from, I take it? Use them to listen to messages sent by others over great distances. There are different types, but this model is by far the most popular. They have the quality components crafted with the finest ore, sourced from Locus and Minas. This. There are different... yeah, sorry. I clicked, but didn't go next. All the useful since the capital fell into ruin. People at the broadcast station must have either fled or ended up like the others. All I've been hearing is the same music played over and over again. Home beyond the horizon. An ode to the raven women set to reclaim our ancestral homeland of Locus and Minas. We may have founded an empire in the frozen wastes, but we always hope to take back what was once ours. It is a solemn reminder that though we must suffer great hardship, better days will surely come. Despite everything, I believe Emperor Varus yet lives. He speaks to us through our radio. It was a cunning strategy, faking his murder. He must have foreseen this catastrophe and chosen to conceal himself. He may one day make his triumphant return. No, he dead. Oh, he dead as fuck. Yes, I'm sure of it. Emperor Varus would not be defeated so easily. True. It's kind of tough. Dude was kind of tough. What's that? It's moon juice. Second. So this is what you give the others. Thank you. I'll save it for later. Actually, I have a few things to ask you. Are you part of the group staying in Ethereum? Saw Legatus Regalis troops heading towards the Magna Glacius a few days ago. Are they the ones you encountered? Yep. And we beat their ass. Camp Broken, glad you call it. Regalia, your men are all there now? So how'd you reach the Magna Glacius? Did you cross the mountains on foot? Airship. Are we telling her all this? Airships might be a way to. Lincia, where is everyone? Something the matter? What are you hiding? Move, winch. What's from inside, you say? Must be badging things. Everyone's out here. Perhaps a baby Almasty has found his way into the house. It wouldn't be the first time. The soldiers to scare them off, while the animals have been roaming closer to the settlements. They've been known to attack people too. I just had an idea. You and yours are strong enough to defeat a Legatus, then surely a few beasts shouldn't pose a threat. If you mind to continue helping us, perhaps you could head to the other side of the lake. There's a small group of pappers living there, people whose job was to extract ceruleum. They still do, from what we can tell. I've already tried asking if they would share their fuel with us, but they're not willing to give it away. They want food to exchange, lots of food. That's something we don't have, can't get on our own. On top of that, to even reach their den, we'd have to make it past all those creatures. You willing to go in our place? We only need enough ceruleum to last until the others are strong enough to travel to your camp. If the offer still stands, that is. Oh, and I don't expect you to give up your own supplies, but there might be another way around the tapers. Best watch out for baby Almasties while we were away. Yeah, I don't trust that shit. Yes, of course. If I see any, I'll be sure to shoo them away. To reach Taper's Den, you have to cross the lake. The ice is thick enough to support a person's weight, but if you'd rather not take the risk, you can take the long way around. Finding the entrance can be a bit tricky too, but it's easier if you just look for someone standing guard outside. However you decide to head there, please be careful. Yep, that's not fucking suspicious at all. One second. See my friends still playing. Oh, get off. Damn. Alright, second. Stretch. Gonna look it up, walk around real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Alright, time to go across the lake. We just cross with this. Yeah. So many Yetis. Hey, look at that. I had a feeling it'd be on something like this. And now we can pick up this one as well. Nice. Always make sure you're trying to get your 8th occurrence when you're doing the MSQ. You have to go out of your way to get them because they'll be quest locked anyway, but get them while you can. Actually, the quest objective and the X one's not going to be for forever. Alright, buddy, what have we got in here? Who goes there? How'd you find us? Craigslist. What do you mean I stand like a sore thumb? Pure Blood's overrated Victor Spoils hadn't given away our location. Never found us. Stuck up arseholes. So they could come waltzing in here demanding cerulean with nothing to offer in return. Huh. It's like the boots on the other. It's like the boots on the other foot now. The capital's gone to shit. They've restored sending you to. So they've resorted to sending you to negotiate. I know your game, Sellsword. They think we'll give in to intimidation. We've got another thing coming. Whoa. This is not the right play, boys. Am I dead yet? Alright, killed your friends. Next. There you are.
Alright!
Yo, what's up, Rain? What's up, brother? Just after you left, Lindsay asked me to go and catch up with you. In case you needed a hand. So I must have let that slip. That I have a little experience in transporting barrels of cerulean. Yo, Brain, are you enjoying the expansion? This is Tapper's Den. Well then, after you. Dun, dun. Who are you? What happened to the guards? I fucking killed him. You mean the menu screen? Yeah, that's what it's called, right? Q Walker? Yeah, yo, what was it? Last night, I got into like an 8,000 Q, and then I kept getting like the lobby error, so I had to sit through it basically like 2 or 3 times. It was like really weird. And then, what do you call it? I finally got in, got to play for like an hour and a half or so, and then, what do you call it? My internet ended up like cutting out, so I didn't get to play that much. Yeah, that shit's nuts, man. Oh my lord. Q Walker. Woo! Heroes and rebels here to save the people of Garlemald. Doesn't make any goddamn sense. Why the hells would you pass up a chance to put those imperial bastards to the sword? Let me guess. None of you are Garlean. You were brought here from other lands? Albania, Nixa, Baja, Dalmasca, name a few. Some dragged here against our will. Others fed bullocks about better life. All put to work extracting ceruleum. Discord call? No, I'm just doing solo story for now. All given the esteemed title of On, placing us firmly at the bottom rung of the ladder. Well, the old hierarchy means nothing in the new Garlemald, says we. But the only thing that's escaped more or less unscathed is cerulean engines. Engines? Engines? I like engines. Still sustaining us. Even though our paymasters are out of the picture. You're experts in drawing up ceruleum, bottom of the lake. How can you do that if it's frozen over? Wouldn't you like to know? Trade secrets, I'm afraid. At any rate, none of ceruleum is used for much these days. What with the city in ruins, take enough power out. We take enough to power our heaters, save the surplus for later. Though it helps us stave off the cold, we decide all about our hunger unless we can trade it away. Speaking of which, be sure to tell your contingent we got ceruleum by the barrelful, if they're interested. We'll exchange it for whatever provisions they're willing to spare. We could certainly ask, but we're all free to go now. Why carry on living here? Free to go? Go where? If we manage to get back to our homelands, there'd be nothing left for us, next to the Empire. The knowledge and skills we required working here are practically useless outside of Garlemald. We're staying for the time being. As long as there's a need for ceruleum, we'll find a way to get by. If Garlemald, as we know, is gone for good. Gone for good. I mean, yeah. The entire capital's fucked. Oh, yeah, this is a little conditional virtue, buddy. Regardless of what Ilzabard contingent does for the people of Garlemald, the Empire itself is already a thing of the past. For many, that would be a cause for celebration, while the others, their whole way of life, turned upside down. After all the atrocities committed in the Empire's name, perhaps it is for the best. It is consigned to history. What of the ordinary people, their lives, their stories? They've forgotten too? I suppose there's plenty of time to ponder that for later. Now, see about getting some ceruleum. Nice. Where are my legs? Don't need them, dude. Don't need them. An end of the trail. At the end of the trail. You've come seeking ceruleum, have you? Oh, shit. Can I go back to see? Oh, I can. What? Those purebloods up at Victor Spoil sent you? Turn to their enemies for help. Must be more desperate than I thought. And again, Senia's got her little sister to think about. Sister? Only saw in Senia. 3 men. Hey, that's the voice we heard. That's the voice we heard. It's possible she died from whatever was ailing her. If she needed treatment, there'd be any way to get her around here. May refuse Antinia at first, thinking that she'd come back with something to exchange, but I can spare them a ball's worth of ceruleum. Consider a reward for introducing me to the rest of your contingent. Be sure to send them our way, you hear? That's a win-win. Can't for the life of me think why Antinia would keep her sister's secret from us. We can ask her about that after we live with the ceruleum. Come on, sorry about it. Oh yeah. Did you have to delete your account? I just changed my like you mean the your Twitch account? Right? I just changed my password and shit and turned on 2-factor authentication. They send me a what do you call it? Oh, you trust him. I see. Bow, bow. All right, back to the camp. Stay hydrated, homies. Nice. Da 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 da. What is that, dude? That's the one boss, dude. I remember the dungeon name. I've actually used that boss a couple times. Now it's just an enemy. That's a lot of Yetis, man. That's a lot of Yetis. A kick from Q? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to think where I want to get to today. Because I'm going out later. Like, I want to try and probably get to like 85 or something today, I think. As far as like questline goes. I don't know. I guess it depends on how long this like section is. Because I'm just slow playing the story. Like, taking my fucking time with it. I got no time limit whatsoever. I'm just chilling. And then when I get to endgame, whatever, I'll fucking pull community service and see what people want to do. This isn't right. It's too quiet. I thought Alpha No would still be treating them by the fire, but nowhere to be seen. I'll look inside the house while you search outside. They can't have gone far. I don't trust this at all, man. Save your lets. Oh yeah. Are you leveling Sage or Reaper at all, or are you just going through it with whatever? I see like the look of Sage. My friends was playing Sage. Looks really cool. Oh, is that a thing over there? Oh, ha, 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 ha. You okay? What happened? They asked me to help carry supplies. When I followed them back here, they attacked me. Caught me off guard, forced me to defend myself. Here they fared rather worse than me. You can't fool us. We know what you're about. Vultures. That's what you are. Waiting in the wings to show us, for us to show weakness, then you will swoop in. You're sick. You're already weak. Here to help, but rot. All a ploy to make us lower our guard. As you win, put ourselves at your mercy, put us in chains, steal our lands, get revenge. Bitch or what? Thanks and hi, man. Yesterday I tried to do like the first dungeon queue, but I assume because like the servers are full, right? So like it would take time to like get an instance of people. But when I queued for the dungeon, it was like a 30-minute queue. So I just did it with trust. It's like Mike. You're wrong. That's not what any of us want. Yeah, like this guy's confused on who we are. Save the arguments for later. We've got bigger problems. Found empty medicine bottles in a bed that's still warm. It's true. Cinia was hiding her sick sister inside the house. But now, there's no sign of either of them. Where are they? Where did they go? Away from you and yours. You think I'll tell you? You're a fool. I'd never give up my people. Aha. Okay. This is weird for me. I have no idea. We're trying to help them, you idiot. Her sister's ill. Empty bottles prove it. But the medicine ran out. Or she put it in her pockets to make it easier to carry. What kind of medicine are we talking about? If it's like liquid. Or to avoid the sound of clinking glass. There are beasts everywhere. How could you let them go alone? To protect them from you. Who are you hiding from? Invade our homeland, painted with the same sorcery used to slay our countrymen. Garland should sooner die than suffer the insult. Better for them to flee, keep their purity intact, corrupted by your vile magics. Waiting for a chance to free them. It's the moment you arrived. It's getting us nowhere. I'd say how Cinia and her sister will react when we find them. Find them we must. Go on without me, both of you. I first need to attend to my injuries and theirs. I'll join you after this. I will join you to the search after. All right, careful. We'll do our best to find them quickly. There's only one path out of here. That's where we'll start. I do too, actually. Yo, your stolas look so comfy, actually. Oh my god. Looks so comfy. Alright, Yeah, they did really good. Good job with like the winter outfits. I like that. Yeah, we got Frosty the Snowman. It's meant to be. Yeah, Blue Rhyme. What's up, LSA? What you say, LSA? 2 sets of fresh footprints. Young women, judging by the size. It's definitely them. Come on. Where do I get one? Yeah. True, yeah. You go across the lake. Forward and back. True. True. Maybe in maps, maybe. Or no. Shell stops the frozen lake. Perhaps they chose this route so as not to leave footprints. I think of any other reason. Like this place is crawling with beasts. I can only imagine how hard it must be for her and her ailing sister to cross the ice. We could really do with Alphino's help, but we can't afford to wait for him. Let's split up and look for clues. Because she ran the way we came. I will search on the outskirts. Look, see. Walk. Really hot. Your bottle smells faintly of alcohol. Thin coating of dirt indicates it has been here for some time. It's unlikely to have any connection to Lincia or her sister. Fuck. An alcoholic littering on the lake. Only 1,000? Hey, that's a win. That's a win. Good luck, Tech Energy. Like when I first logged in today, I think I had like a 1700 queue, and then it still took me I want to say like an hour and a half to get in. It's nuts. Hopefully it doesn't take that long now. But what is that? Is that an elite? It does not look like anything else here. What are you? Yeah, you are. Get the fuck away from me. I don't want that shit. That's gonna kick me in the dick. Get away from my ass. I'm turtle boy. Alright, what's in here? Fresh blood? Fresh blood? The blood stain in the snow appears to be fresh. Judging by the amount, the victim may have been severely wounded. Trail of blood leads southwards. That's what you get when you fuck around with some monsters. You find out. Should probably just saw, yeah. I have someone else saying it though. I can't sing for it. Shit. Sorry, yeah. That doesn't stop me from singing in like the car or the shower or anything. Nothing. The 2 bodies are already cold. No, they're dead? Fuck! Give my Phoenix down. Yo. Is that murder suicide maybe? What's that little sister? Is she bigger? Oh, true. That's a lot of practice too. Oh, the radio. You know, resurrect. Get him up. Get him up. We got prog to do. You know, resurrect too. Get him up. Yeah, no, they're fucking dead.
Blood trail. We found one. They were attacked.
By who? It wasn't the tappers, were it? Was it? No way. No way. Already killed 2 of them. I'll fucking kill the rest. I don't give a shit.
No. Why wouldn't they?
They're scared, afraid.
Safer to brave the wilds than trust in our magic.
They didn't know if you're part of the Telephorai. I mean, their fucking entire home got destroyed by him in an instant.
I should have.
I agree, you should have been stronger. Sage needs some buffs.
We can't leave.
Especially when you're playing it.
We have to take them home.
Shame, Alpha.
What if we're only making it worse?
That's a possibility. A strong possibility, even.
Maybe we don't belong here, but neither did they. Not out here in the wind and the cold.
I agree. But we do belong here, because if not, the Telephorai win. We belong here? No. This place is much different than any other place, but the Telephorai belong here either? No. Bury them, damn. That was a fast half grave digging. Did you poop on their grave?
I heard the story about Varus's voice from beyond the grave. Of course, I didn't believe it, but Licinia and her sister did. Perhaps there is something to the tale after all.
Okay. Preserved corpses, yeah. Trying to mummify some bitches.
I want to understand. So I'm going to borrow this for a while, if that's all right. You had every reason not to trust us. We came as trespassers, invaders.
Yeah, but we tried to help them, okay? Like they were like, oh.
That in time,
we
will be more than that to you. That we will find a way to help your loved ones. And see that no more children are left to freeze alone in the snow.
Yeah, or get their grave shit on. Those aren't stones. That's poop. Damn. Must have been something we could have done. What? I mean, you could have just stayed with Alphino, and I could have just did the shit with the tapers, and then none of them would have been whatever. It would have been fine. Fossilized poop. Yep. Yep. Should have never come here. They'd still be alive if we hadn't. I mean, objectively, and no warmth, no food, they would have died eventually, if I'm being honest. A way forward. Already caused enough harm here. Let's return to the camp before we cause any more. As for those inside the house, let's send someone to take care of them. Someone who isn't us. All we can do now is make our report to Lucia. Do everything in our power to prevent further tragedy. That would have taken the help. I mean, like, you can't just trust whoever, right? But at the same time, there's a lot of responses you could have had there. I think they made the wrong one. That's all I'm saying. Right, the hindsight 2020. Yeah. So let's linger here no more. Come on. Yeah, no, like, you know, there are more ways to like earn the respect, and especially since we were like doing errands for them, and then they were just like, "Yo, Alphino's the other one here. He looks kind of weak. Stab him in the back. Stab him in the back." My chair just deflated. There we go. I don't know. I just fast travel back to the thing. Can I go up here first? We're taking a detour. I probably can't go up there first, but we'll see. Da 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 da. A train? It is. It's a derailed train. Goddamn. What derailed the train is my question. There's something big out here. Is it the tree? Was it the tree we saw that was level fucking 90? So let's see if I can get this Aether right. And I'll TP back to the other one. Bum. It's a different menu, by the way. Yeah, it's in the collections. Yeah, that's why I have it right here now, though. It's on. Where? On top of this thing? Is it inside this thing? I am confusion. Under. So I assume that I can't get this yet. Is that what you're telling me? I assume that I can't get this yet. I have to wait for the thing. Okay, well. Ow! So that's fine. That's fine. You know me. I always like to do the exploring. That's fine. We'll go back. I'm just getting the aether or the aether currents, whatever. Like as I'm like if they're close to the what do you call it? Like quest objectives anyway. Because later I'll just go back and I'll do all the quests and all the shit in the area anyway. It's fine. There's a lot of people here. A lot of people. I'll say an alpha note tell me that we had finished their preliminary search for survivors, but I refrained from saying much more than that. Clearly, they were reluctant to provide details. Might I ask for your account? Yeah, they dead. Oh, we dead.
Thank you for your report. We shall inform the troops of these developments and instruct them to proceed with the utmost caution should they encounter any survivors.
Allow me to go and speak with the ones at the victor's spoils. They may be more willing to listen to a fellow Garlean and accept our offer of assistance.
That's another thing. We could have sent that guy.
And though I am loath to burden you any further, should there be an appropriate occasion to speak of Licinia and her sister, please do so.
Okay, I know they said Victor spoils, but considering we do have a Garlean with us, right? And the other guys hate Garleans because they're like enslaved by them, right? Because they just like you shit with Ceruleum. Okay, we shouldn't send him for the other guys, but we should have sent him for the Victor spoiled people anyway. That's my 2 cents.
I am sorry to have put you through this.
My distress is nothing compared to their suffering. So tell me, what else have we learned?
As you may have already heard, we have succeeded in curing the members of the Populares, Maxima identified.
This looks so comfy, like just like the pattern.
They have
material.
provided us with some intriguing insights into the current state of Garlemald.
Yo, hell yeah, yo, have a good time, Brain.
Varus was the
Thanks,
catalyst for the civil war. Nerva declared his claim to the throne, and his opponents refused to recognize
Okay,
it.
no much love, brother.
Fighting broke out in the capital, where Nerva's 3rd Legion clashed with the 1st, who remained loyal to Varus even after his death.
Of course, even Imperial warmongers would balk at the idea of turning their shining city into a battleground. Like burning down the wood to spite the wasps. Neither side would be so mad. Unless something or someone inflamed their animosity to such an extent that they could not help but act against their better judgment.
It brings to mind events at the Gimlet Dark, does it not? The Emperor's sudden withdrawal from the front lines, specifically. Nerva and his father, Titus, Varus's then political rival, took advantage of rumors that Crown Prince Xenos had been possessed by a demon.
That's not far.
What better way to disparage your enemies than with the truth, or a close enough approximation?
Indeed. But before their accusations could be substantiated, many of Titus's followers were silenced. While some were merely stripped of their status, others died under curious circumstances. one after another, suddenly and suspiciously.
Again, Elidibus. Like as not, he had a hand in it. No evidence was found to implicate Varus, certainly. Nevertheless, Titus, Nerva, and the Third Legion would have judged it a brazen attempt by the Emperor to rid himself of his political enemies. And then, in the midst of this growing turmoil, Varus Sosgalvus is murdered. And Garlemald's own prodigal son, Gaius van Belsar, is named the murderer. Shortly thereafter, Nerva claims the right of succession, and in response, the First Legion claims the assassination was part of a coup d'etat orchestrated by Titus and Nerva.
So no one is at fault, and everyone else is to blame.
I should add that both parties received substantial financial backing, presumably to provide them with the means and encouragement to pursue a swift victory, and that these contributions came from the self-same benefactor.
I'd heard House Brutus had been filling the Third Legion's coffers, but the First as well.
It would seem so. Though the Populares determined that the First Legion received funds from a variety of organizations, all had connections to House Brutus.
So House Brutus funded their own civil war.
So Fandaniel, in the guise of Asahi, was playing both sides against each other the entire time.
Civil war complete.
The information we gained from my friends does not end there. One night, shortly after fighting broke out, the capital was shaken by an immense tremor. From that point onward, they have no memories, no recollection of any events, including our clash on the Magna Glaciers. But when asked about the Imperial Palace and its bizarre transformation, they somehow recall Emperor Varus giving them orders in their dreams.
Uh-huh.
May the Tower of Babel stand as testament to the glory of Garlemald.
Interesting.
This sounds awfully familiar.
We have something to show you all.
Varus spoke to them through this radio. Perhaps it was a recording, but if not, that would be inexplicable.
We are of one mind, then.
The ether that permeates the ore used in this device is almost identical to that of the talismans.
I see it. While it is likely more by coincidence than design, these devices might also ward against a primal's influence.
Interesting.
A picture is beginning to form. If the tremor felt throughout Garlemald was a wave of ether emitted by a primal, then while those within range would have been tempered, those huddled around a radio desperate for news concerning the Civil War would have been spared.
No wonder Licinia kept it close.
My friends, I must speak with you. A young man was caught trying to steal our supplies. He is a soldier of the Iron Men, we think, but one who has not been made thrall. Thankfully, Magni restrained him before blood was spilled. The stranger is outside, if you wish to ask him questions.
Yeah. What question?
I think we do.
The fuck?
Who do we have here?
Garleans? Traitors to your homeland! Have you no shame?
I am Lucia Junius, a Temple Knight of Ishgard. And you are?
Iullus Pier Norbanus. And that's all you invaders will get from me.
We are not here to invade Garlemald. Far from it. Like you, our allies in Eorzea and the Far East fight in defense of their lives and their loved ones even as we speak. But it is the people of Garlemald who have suffered most. This we know. And that is why we have come to offer you our aid, that we may unite against our common foe. Whether you believe me or not, those are the facts. Now, answer me this. Why would a proud soldier of the Empire be reduced to stealing? The situation must be dire indeed for you to go to such lengths. If it is supplies you seek, we would gladly share ours, or turn a blind eye while you leave with your spoils.
I will not negotiate. My commander will determine how to deal with you and yours. If you wish to treat with him, I will take you, but no more than 3.
I call dibs.
I don't much like the sound of that. But if we do accept his proposal, I suggest the 2 of us and...
Maybe Max over there?
Please allow me and Alize to act as envoys.
May I ask why?
We have seen with our own eyes the hardships the Garleans face. How their futures and lives hang in the balance.
It's not the warmest invitation, but it's an opportunity to prove our intentions true. Maybe not a chance to make things right, but a chance to make them better.
I'm going with you.
I can see that persuading you otherwise is a lost cause, but you will proceed with the utmost care.
Oh, they'll be safe. I promise.
A couple of children and what? A sellsword? Is this an insult?
I alone can just erase your
Not in
entire
the least.
battalion.
You will find that they are more than qualified to speak on our behalf.
There are many dangers on the road ahead. I will need that back.
Turn against me. I dare you. I'll be the first one to put you in a grave. You'll be received as invited guests. And so I urge you to observe proper social etiquette and conduct yourselves accordingly. Safe return takes precedence above all else. Remember this. Tancred in particular will be worried sick if you're gone too long. May the Fury watch over. Julius, get it. Are you and the children ready? I'll explain the route once we are outside your camp. If anyone attempts to follow us, we'll judge it an act of hostility. Will not hesitate to take appropriate measures. I'll expect nothing less. Your full cooperation. Julius? Alright, it's far enough. Listen carefully. We'll head over that hill, follow the road until we reach Liminal Station 4. Children in the lead. Would you walk and see you? You have names, you know. I'm Alice. These all know. Last but not least, there's Zoe. Zoe. Never heard that name before. No matter. Alpha No and Alizé. Watch the road ahead. We'll bring up the rear. Isn't lying about there being many dangers. You're to run, not saunter. Run towards the station. When you think about going for your weapon, feels off. Any creature by the way, we'll go around them. Company also which we falling behind. If you leave your time, somebody. Okay, cool. Yep. Yep. Guess mount. Hello? You coming, buddy? Oh, I have to. Okay, I see. Okay, so I can't mount. I have to make him follow me. So, see the twins up there. If I sprint, he sprints. Nice. I didn't know my little buddy was gonna dip. Fast as fuck, boys. It's the station, I presume. How is that? Chloe D. Oh. Go, Tom. Bum, 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 bum. Is it? First stop, that is. Good. Looks like your friends knew better than to follow us. Are these your headquarters? No, we're stopping here so I can check for pursuers. Here, you've kept your size of the bargain. Carry on. North of the station is Regio Dorum, or Domorum. Regio Domorum. One of the main residential areas, or at least it was. Afflicted roam the streets in packs. They'll tear us to shreds if given the chance. Keep close, no wandering off. Understood? The last bastion. Here, we're heading northeast. Even to the left of the railway. While the route itself is straightforward, getting past the hordes unseen is anything but. Weapons at the ready. They would attack their own countrymen? Aye. Spare their own, but slaughter the rest without hesitation. They will try to avoid detection. The chances of sneaking by completely unnoticed are slim at best. We'll lead their way. In the event we are seen, fight them off. Those two will follow us, provided they can refrain from drawing their weapons. Well, I doubt they'll be foolish enough to stab their guide in the back. I'll not take that chance. That said, let's proceed. Bow, bow. See you, buddy. See why your comrades chose you. Yes, our contingent has the cure for the afflicted, or tempered, as we call them. People would need to be taken into custody, that we may administer the treatment. they would eventually regain their sanity. That's so. Well, I know your treatment would simply force them to forsake one master for another. As far as I and my legion are concerned, they're no longer our people, beyond saving. Those who thought differently and tried to reason with them were butchered for their bleeding hearts. Come, let's keep moving. And how slow this mount looks. The same speed as the other ones, it just looks slow. Go cheesy gordita. Stunned. The fuck? Stunned again. Fuck. Looks like we're not being followed. Continue onward. Go away, ice trap. Well, what I said, these people deserve only death. Stayed my hand before, only out of desire to remain undiscovered. That's still the higher priority. Should continue to avoid any unnecessary confrontations. Keep following the railway. Bum, bum. Bum. Imperials look kind of rough. Look what they've become. You stand there and claim that they can be cured. Those exposed to a vast quantity of primal's aether may suffer severe corruption. Even with treatment, such victims are beyond salvation. You admit it. Either you've seen these monstrosities for yourself. You will think twice. Perhaps you will think twice before speaking of a cure. I mean, the ones that aren't severely corrupted are curable. That's what we just said. Different. Different. Dum dum da da da. We're almost there. Kept your side of the agreement, so I'll keep mine this way. Did you need to do that? No, I'm just wait over here. This is Tertorium, one of Garlemald's largest stations. It now serves as our headquarters. Already sent the twins ahead. I'll be with you soon, so wait for me at the bottom of the stairs. Tertium. So many people, dude. My lord. No music in the subway either? Bad. The fuck? I had no idea there'd be such expensive structures built underground. It's plain to see why they chose this as their base of operations. Would have done a lot worse, so I imagine it's not the easiest place to live. Indeed. If Julius is willing to make the perilous journey to Camp Broken Glass in search of food, his own supplies must be all exhausted. I just fucking skipped so much. They may be shielded from the wind and snow, but it's still bitterly cold. Much like Victor Spoils, it must be a constant struggle to keep their people warm. Lower your voices. While you may be here as my guests, the others will not take kindly to your presence. Commander's in the locomotive over there. Alright, we'll see what's inside. After I touch the Aetherite. What? Aetherite's not responding. Oh, I see. We ain't got the juice for mission.
These are their chosen representatives.
Very well. Let us hear what they have to say.
Yes, sir. I present to you our commander, Lord Quintus Vankina, Legatus of the First Legion.
Ooh. The First? I had no idea you had survived.
We lost our Emperor, our city, more than half our troops. For my wounds, I may never take the field again. But we survived, aye. In a manner much to your liking, I dare say.
We have no intention of adding to your misfortunes, nor do we bear you any ill will.
Spare me. Though you children may speak in earnest, overtures of peace ever ring hollow in my ears. So long as man stands to profit from his neighbor's suffering, war is inevitable. Driven from our ancestral homeland into this blasted waste. Yet still you yearned to rob us of our paltry scraps. 'Twas only with Magitech that you learned to keep your distance. Though we knew it was only a matter of time before you regrouped and returned. Conquest and Empire were our only defenses. Emperors Solus and Varys understood this, and through their campaigns saw us grow and prosper. Much blood has been spilled in Garlemald's name, aye. But if it is a choice between yours and mine, then it is hardly a choice at all.
I do not deny that a great many conflicts throughout history were driven by the desire or necessity to gain by another's loss. That is not why we are here.
Why is everyone so stuck in the past, man?
Nor have we come to petition your aid in the war with the Telophoroi, grave though that threat may be. Our purpose is simply this. We wish to help you. Let us help you. If there is aught that can be done to ease your plight, we would be glad to do it.
Perhaps you would. But regardless of the ideals you espouse, your leaders would not send an army into Garlemald if they did not stand to benefit. If we accept their aid, they will expect their efforts to be rewarded once the Telophoroi are no longer a threat.
Beating Telophor is the reward. What?
And after compensation and concessions, the great empire would be brought to heel. Her enemies rejoice at her downfall. Our third eye, a mark of shame.
We won't stand idly by and let your people be humiliated. And we're not alone in that. We only want to make a difference, to make this world of ours better. Surely you can understand that. What I'm trying to say is, there are so many people who just don't care about making you suffer. And maybe that's almost insulting after all the suffering you feel the world has subjected your people to, but believe it or not, that's the truth. And now we're here, and all we're asking is for you to tell us what you want, what you hope for.
So much blood has been shed, so much lost. All because of this endless war. Who wouldn't want to end it? Can we not work together to face our problems as one?
Answer me this, young peacemakers. If a world without conflict is your desire, why reject the unity and prosperity of Garlemald? Is it because we do not share your faith? That we do not share your heritage? That our ideals and virtues differ? That we cherish and hold in the highest that which you do not? Disparity is the root of discord, and peace built on compromise is flawed and fleeting. Happiness for one and all is a dream, and the reality is that to the victor go the spoils. That is why we Garleans will never submit nor surrender. For freedom and for pride, we will remain true to ourselves until the bitter end. That is my hope.
You're choosing that bitter end, though. You are choosing that bitter end.
There is nothing more to say on the matter. You will remain here while I decide what is to be done with you. Do not be alarmed. No harm will come to you if you cooperate.
We will not resist. However, as your guests, I ask that we be allowed to speak with the other members of your group.
As you wish. I had no intention of locking you up, as by dawn you would be frozen stiff and you're no good to me dead. You are free to move about the encampment, but there is one condition. Collar them.
What are these?
I assume they blow up.
Incentive. You'll be watched at all times. Stray too far or act suspiciously, and we will administer a rather painful shock.
I see.
Stop. Keep away from that one. The champion of Eorzea is not so easily cowed.
Damn right. Go back, fuck, wait.
Even if he allowed himself to be collared, the shock would be no more than an itch. No. If he refuses to obey, we will activate the twins' restraints instead.
You needn't worry about us.
We'll forget we're even wearing them soon enough.
Even now, you still... Why go to such lengths? What is it all for?
I already told you what it's for the betterment of the world. Stop living in the past. On the coldest, blackest of nights, eager though it may be, we must share the warmth of our fire.
You are a curious one. A far cry from the merciless barbarian others paint you to be. You will be their warden. Take them away.
Yes, sir.
Julius is like, the fuck do you mean, warden? Last bastion. Complete. Level up, let's go. Persona non grata. As for Lord Quintus' instructions, I am to supervise you during your time here in Tertium. Tertium. Before you ask, no, I have a key or other means to remove your collars, nor would I tell you if I did. If you try anything, you'll soon wish you hadn't. Soon. So, do you truly intend to speak with others? Or was that merely a ruse? No hurry to disobey Lord Quintus. That's what you mean. Or perhaps you doubt the wisdom of his decision? Do as you will. Remember, I'll be watching. If I catch one of you doing anything untoward, trying to trick our people into turning their coats and the like, shock collars will be the least of your worries, understood? Though we're somewhat compromised, to put it lightly, let's not waste this opportunity. Let's just splitting up and learning what we can of the situation. Above all else, do not use magics of any sort. You, on the other hand, may go wheresoever you wish, even outside the camp. With full will, I could not stop you if I tried. Do not forget, if you do anything to endanger us or our interests, I'll know and I'll say we'll pay the price. Came with Julius, didn't you? Well, whatever business brought you here, best keep your hands off the Aetherite. It's deactivated. But I'd rather you didn't mess about with it. There are others throughout the city. Built Garleans, 4 Garleans. Teleport all over the blink of an eye. Right, there was a terminal nearby. These days, however, we use Aetherite's power to keep this place lit. Though, that comes at a cost of its normal function. So cold. Soldiers on the verge of losing consciousness. Phew, Zoe King. I served under Lord Gaius, the 14th Legion. I was there on the night the Praetorium fell. When your adventurers killed them, comrades, my friends, swept them aside. There were dozens. They were nothing to you. Maybe I am too. Just another faceless enemy to be cut down. It won't be long until our countrymen return. So you get what you deserve. Mark my words. I mean, I'm not gonna blame you for being an Ascian's pawn, because it was your leader Gaius that was doing your shit. But maybe you should have had some forethought. I know who you are. So-called champion of Eorzea. Gloat, have you? I'll wipe that smirk off your face. With the blood of our fallen compatriots. I swear I'll... Damn, tore the sutures. All the times. It's the worst of the lot. In striking distance, and I can't even muster the strength. Went for the Earled leading us. Oh, that's probably just the third, right? He was looking for the third bleeding us. The end of you. Ilia's treachery nearly cost Lord Quintus's life. We made our escape, took shelter in a mansion, tended to the wounded as we prepared to strike back, and then night fell and we gathered around the radio. Roar. Terrible roar. The capital was in chaos. We were spared. You can call this a mercy. Mind intact, but our body broken. Soldier in name alone. Cut you down where you stand if I could. Murderer. There's the same model of the one that used at Victor's spoils. Perhaps it is what saved the soldiers from being tempered. You learn anything of note? Your findings are consistent with my own. Plight is desperate indeed. Sick and injured are at greatest risk. Without warmth and proper nutrition, I feel they will soon perish. Otherwise, there is precious little we can do for them at the present. I cannot bear to see them suffer. Please, will you help me tend to them? Is this Flavis down here? The Flavis? Okay, don't worry, I'll touch your noggin. Who's there? My eyes. Can't see all that well. Thank you. The numbness have subsided a little. But I know I won't last that much longer. I should look for the others who can still fight. Give them my ration. Me going hungry means someone else lives to see another day, so be it. I can still serve in that way. So those you met fare no better? I was afraid you'd say that. I know we're warned against meddling in their affairs, but we can't leave them like this. Perhaps we might gain permission to have the contingent deliver supplies. Witness may have made his feelings on the matter quite clear, but he may recognize that not in position to refuse help. Maybe Julius can persuade him. Either persuade Julius first. Accept our aid. Now. Ain't asking. Telling. Accept the aid. Well, soon enough. Julius, people here barely have enough food and fuel to survive. Have you and the other soldiers been able to procure any more supplies? Been scavenging provisions from the nearby houses. As most families kept, some stored away in the event they were snowed in. Still going out and getting it. It's dangerous work. We have a lot of mouths to feed. Fuel is of great concern, though. Had some ceruleum set aside until it was stolen. We haven't identified the culprit. Could have been other refugees or one of the afflicted, for all we know. Either way, we're down to the last dregs. Without the heating they need, those in poor health are going to get worse instead of better. Ceruleum you need, our contingent has secured a ready supply. You can have some sent over. I accept your charity. You can hold on a little longer if the situation is sure to change. Aye, everything will change. Your comrades mentioned something along those lines. But something of it, have you? Well, what I've seen, all you could do to interfere. There's no harm in telling you. One of our scouts spotted a hooded man and ensuing instructions to the afflicted. Or in the bastard's words, loyal servants of the Telepori. Then he made his way inside the Imperial Palace, what stands in its place. We identified the seed of the enemy's power. Realized Lord Quintus dispatched the messenger to the 10th Legion, saying as much, and instructing them to join forces with the provincial legions to prepare for a combined assault on the Telepori. Once our allies arrive, your cathedral will be sent running for the hills. We shall reclaim the capital by our own hand. How do you intend to survive in the meantime? At this rate, many of your countrymen will perish long before reinforcements reach Garlemald. They need help now. Say the word, and we'll bring you ceruleum. I will speak with Lord Quintus. He's gonna be like, get out of here, boy. I don't need your shit. So did he agree to it? Nope, didn't think so. He will not place Garlemald in the debt of her enemies. I have, however, been ordered to search for ceruleum outside. As you are under my watch, you will come with me. Oh, God. Very well. After all, my hands make light work. A lot of more trouble than you're worth. Once you're outside, you will follow my instructions to the letter. We depart shortly. Second. A83. Second.